Very well. Have you gathered your chi? For it is 3. Bum, bum. Oh. No matter how much I stretch before the stream, I always need to stretch again when I sit down. Quick sip to lubricate the vocal cords. Let's fripping goo. Indeedu. Twaker Indimaru. Stavro. Desmondo. I wonder how many people driving by have looked up into this window and just seen me like this. Just the back of my head. Bang, 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 bang. Ah, bask in the glory. That is painting. Gather your chi. Allow the music to permeate your spina, for it is timer. Oh. My chi's almost there. Oh, let's go! PEINTEINGU! 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 It's PEINTEINGU! Painting you! Painting me! It's PEINTEINGU! Let's fucking go! Painting you! Painting me! It's PEINTEINGU! Let's fucking go! You! I use my top knottle to cleanse all evil oni from the area. Descend into PEINTEINGU position. Ah. Demons stand no chance against my mighty maid. Curled into the perfect pointu, and then allowed to flop about. Not only do I match the tonage of the music and the beat, but it dispels all sorcery and deception. Demons cannot stand the sight of my fropping, throwing top knot. I was blessed to be gifted such a device. A simple elastic ring to place around one's hair, turning my glorious mane into an anti-demon weapon. Oh. Allow me to rode the parrot. I'm gonna do a painting of that. I'm gonna make that a meme. Just a dead parrot on a road. Rode the parrot. It appears that parrot has been roded. Painting goo 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 goo. Let us get these bitches wet. take a bitch and plunge her into the bucket. Ah, a clean bitch is a good bitch. Nobody likes a dirty, stiff bitch. Halfway, not all the way. Then beat it about. Then you take your royal rag to dispense of all evidence of the matter. Oh. A birch. Satisfying. Place your royal rag upon your knee as we begin painting. Ah, the Garlos, of course. Well, the Garlos wishes to remind you all to rank and subscribe to PEINTEINGU. Not subscribing or ranking reveals oneself to have no honor, therefore bringing great shame upon your serf and your clan. Avoid this at all costs. If that wasn't enough of a deterrent, Carlos was formerly addicted to cocaine. Or as he likes to say, cocaine. In his Spanish accent. It's a Spanish Asian tiger. Formerly addicted to cocaine. At the thralls and behest of a Colombian drug lord. We all know the story. Those fucking rich psychopaths slinging illegal AAA products all over the globe, or realm. They like to keep exotic pets. I cannot say I argue with this. If I had the money, I would probably have tigers, lions, bears, oh my. Except for the shanty singing sailors. We haven't had shanties the last 2 days, have we? I can't remember. There's another fucking PEINTEINGU idea. I'll do a fucking, we need to come up with a pirate name. Captain Wrongbrush. Lieutenant Inkwell. I don't fucking know. Commandant. I'm just trying to think of all the naval rankings now. What's that really cool one? Is Master at Arms one? I can't remember. PEINTEINGU. I think today we try and finish Aruba. I will try. I may not succeed, but I will try. A squirt is needed. Just a wee one. It is important to keep the goo wet, not just the bitches. Welcome to PEINTEINGU. How are you? The flamingos have been besieging Aruba for days now. PEINTEINGU. PEINTEINGU. Painting you. Painting me. PEINTEINGU. PEINTEINGU. A PEINTEINGU. It's PEINTEINGU. Painting you. Painting me. It's PEINTEINGU. Let's fucking go. Oh, do do do. Do do do. Oh, do do do. Ah, yes. The bit where I feel like I'm on a horse. Familiar. Nostalgic. I need more flame color. PEINTEINGU. You are operating a brand new phone. Good luck in your endeavor. Modern technology, or so it is called, can quite often be frustrating. Call it technology. Most of the time it just acts retarded. Fucking mouse disappeared off the screen on the laptop before I put the stream on. They're like fecking around in Streamlabs trying to get like a few different windows going and shit. Like fucking mouse just like glitched out and disappeared off screen. The white hearts. I thought that was hilarious. Fucking Bravey was like, I don't have the white hearts. No, like we all just start putting white hearts in the chat. Oh, I fucking love that stuff. One of the first fucking things I'm doing when I have enough money is buying a fucking shamisen. Listen to that. It's beautiful. The perfect instrument to inspire creativity and chi flow. Right. Kind of want a fucking slightly beigeier color for this shit. For these trailer park boys. Expel the demons with the top motto. Don't forget to keep your bitches clean. Hello, Wood Trainer Room. Welcome back. Really needed something with a white heart. White things are in low supply these days, it would appear. Some yarrow. Yeah. There's only one way to play taiko drums, and that's with an incredible amount of soul. The energy of the intro keeps me alive, especially on days like this. Despite how it may appear, I am in a terrible mood today. Just warning you, in case I randomly use my demigod-given powers to judge all of you accordingly. All of you mortals, foreign dogs.
Recordings just got back.
Dana, today is
Hey,
not
it's
the
Dana
day,
Fisher.
Dana.
I'm so
I've
excited
had
to
it,
announce
Dana.
that local
I'm
recordings
not
are
listening.
now available.
All right, not today. Not on this stream. I am painting explosions. I'm not listening to fucking hunts on the internet. Be gone, bitch. She's gone. I know she's gone. But my feelings aren't. My feelings are still here. Fucking bitch. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint. Paint, paint. If you're not singing along, you have no honor, and I will know. Paint, paint. Paintingu, Google. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paintingu, Google, go, go. The branding. The branding of yellow and red to create the boom stuff. Most satisfying. Like that burp. That burp was delicious. Yeah. Hey, y'all. Right. Part of me just wants to leave, like, the pedaloo, like, naked like that. Like, just a vague image of a man riding a giant wah pedal. Like, well, I put him in a fucking Viking costume or something. I don't know. Like, we will continue with the trailer park in the meantime. Some green. Some red. This gives me dark brown tones. Then I'm bringing some yellow. Some white. To lower those brown tones. To keep those browns down. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. I was so low energy before the goo. I am uplifted now. Same. Paint, paint. Still in a foul humor for various reasons, but like, I was fucking like, I was ready to go to bed before I got on this. Like, the goo grants me chi to carry out the working goo. Ah, that is why I'm here, Shori Dadaberu. To keep you all going with the gooing. Paint, paint. TMI, bro. Holy shit. What? Woo Train Rider? Too much information, bro. Like, like Jesus Christ. I can't lie, that's made me feel so much better. Like, just reading that, I'd be like, well, at least I'm not that nigga. Like, thank you. You have given me a gift this day, Wood Traineroo. You've reminded me that all is not lost. I could be you. Oh, fuck. Boys and girls is the type of thing that a man keeps to himself on the internet. Like, Jesus. Oh, fucking hell. I can't. Oh, I'm like those internet bitches. Like, I can't. Like, I'm fucking like. That's like. Oh, fuck. All I can say is thank you. Thank you for gifting me that gift. That was fucking hilarious. Don't ever put anything like that in my chat again. Oh, that's. Thank you, God. I needed that today. As a reminder that I'm doing the right thing. I'm supposed to be here now doing this. Because otherwise I wouldn't have seen that message. Oh, fucking hell. Oh. We can all rejoice, knowing that we might be having it rough. We might be struggling in life with various things: emotional, mental, spiritual, philosophical, moral. Just take solace in the fact that you're not that nigga. I almost want to read it again. Well, fair play to you, like, you know, like, that's just. The way it is. This is my life. Oh, fuck. You're a real trooper, bro. How old are your kids? So anyways, how's the weather on the Edward Isle today? Gloomy, grey. Like, the glorious light of heaven is fucking is a bit vague and grey today. Oh, God. It's like I can't stop it. Oh, that caught me so off guard. Like, part of me is like, oh, you poor bastard. And then the other part of me is like, you little bitch. Like, what are you moaning about? Like, you know what I mean? Like, but, like, I don't know your life. You know what I mean? But, like, that's also why that makes that fucking comment absolutely hilarious. It's like way too much. That's way too much of an intimate amount of information for strangers on the internet. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, God, like... God bless you, sir. You made me laugh this fine day. God bless you for that. I think I'm going to be laughing about that for the rest of the fucking day now. Nature's pipe clean. Oh. Fucking hell. Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Of course it's Derek. Oh, that's me dad's name. Oh, God, that's hilarious. Like, imagine saying that. Like, imagine saying that to a group of randomers. You say that to a group of randomers, and then you're like, hi, I'm Derek. Hey. Oh, fuck. I got Irish twins, 4 and 5, 10 months apart. Is that a thing? I've never heard that, and I'm Irish. Irish twins. They're less than a year apart. Oh, fucking hell. That tells you 2 things. That tells you, like, I'm really out of touch with, like, a lot of, like, I suppose, modern Irish culture. Like, maybe that's not modern. Paint. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, Irish twins. That's so fucking funny, like. Paintingu, goo. Like halfway between like gray, brown, and yellow. I think I have found the color that Chinese people are. It's a bit dark though. Hiya! It needs to be more beige. Shades down. It's way too dark. There we go, that's more like it. Leave a space for the windows. We'll just pretend that the door's on the other side for that one. Painting. Goo. Paint. Painting. Goo. God. You turned 45? Man, you don't look 45. I don't get that kind of energy off you. Like, you seem a lot younger. You seem to have, like, more pep in your step than someone of 45 would generally have. Fair play to you. Sometimes I feel like I'm fucking 40 already and I'm only 32. Oh, God. It's... We're still here. Did our ship break down or what? Let's blow this popcorn stand. Do you not like Aruba? 2acre's like, I'm fucking sick of Aruba. Come on, let's get the fuck out of here. Paint. Like, why am I watching you paint a trailer park in Latin America? Look, I don't care if the local flamingos have started a gang and started terrorizing the place. Let's get the fuck out of here. So a Chinese that works the fields without a rice paddy. He's like one of them dark Chinese. What does everyone do for a living? Well, I do. Well, I don't do this for a living, but I basically kind of do this for a living. I'm an artist. I'm a painter. I think 2acre's a painter as well, but he's like a commercial painter for like buildings and shit. Demon Hunter Bear like cleans buses, like with like power washers and shit. And Surrey Delta Bear works in a warehouse, drives a forklift and shit. Stuff I used to do. I don't know what Core Bear does. Core Bear, what is your profession? You there! What is your profession? You own a painting company? Send me black gouache now. Lots of it. Actually, just send me lots of gouache now. That is officially how you can pay for PEINTEINGU. If you own a painting company and you want to fucking support this fucking stream, just send me paint, lots of it. None of that low quality fucking plastic shite. I'm talking that fucking the really high quality like anime brand of watercolor is called Nicker, like Nicker. And they're like beautiful. There's like really vibrant colors in it and all. Like, I'd love to get a pack of that shit. Like, it's called Nicker. Like, hi, you want to buy some Nicker? A Nicker painting? There can be only one Derek, my friend. You've had a painting company since 2007? Well, where the fuck have you been? Why are you only here now? Send me some paint. This car needs an Imperial Eagle. I've been pondering it, and now I'm no longer pondering it. I'm just going to paint it. Enough pondering, more painting. Paint. 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 Paintingu, Google. Paint. Goo. I love how funny the Japu are. I want to try their Nika whiskey. There's a whiskey called Nika. You want to buy a Nika whiskey? Holbein is a good brand. I think I've heard of that one. I don't have any Holbein though. But yeah, I'll check them out. Fucking kimono's falling apart of this. Next time I stick it in the wash, I don't know if it's going to survive. Need to get a mic, because the audio sometimes is a bit shit, in my humble opinion. Need to get a new kimono. Lots of things. So I have much painting to do. I've been thinking that one of the ways that I'm going to try and catch up on my personal work that I've kind of neglected as a result of doing PEINTEINGU every day. A few days a week, instead of doing the traditional, pull shit out of a hat and paint a lot of random stuff, I'm going to paint some of the stuff that, like, you guys have asked me to paint, or I'm going to paint a symmetrical, or I'm going to, like, I'm just going to do some of my personal work on the stream. And let's see how that goes. Because I started that rabbit and gorilla thing yesterday, and I recorded some stuff. Some of you have seen it, those of you who are in the Telegram channel. Oh, yeah. So I'm way behind. I have a monkey to make out of clay. I have a crow to make out of clay. Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. I have a new symmetrical to design, because those are the things that make me my big bucks. I'm going to go back to my roots with the symmetricals with the next one. When I started off, I used to do just like 2 colours, 2 or 3 colours, and just do a really intricate, clean design. Last couple of symmetricals I've done have been like wild. And they're cool looking at all, like. But I want to go back to doing the really sharp, clean ones. Some shading on the palm trees, because it's been annoying me. I put windows in those trailers. I didn't watch Vox's stream yet. Any news? Have they already got like a contingency plan in place, or I'm assuming they do, Vox seems like the type of guy to be like, right, we know this isn't going to last forever, so like we need to do this, this, and this, 2 birds, 1 stone butter. Indeed. And will also give me the opportunity to showcase my real skills instead of fast-paced, cartoonish painting. I mean, the fact that I can actually do some of this shit, like, in the space of 2 hours while talking and doing all this shit, like, it's pretty impressive. I didn't think I'd fucking be doing this shit, like. But it's getting in the way of, like my actual job, like, that I've made, like, money on, like, like, proper money on, like, fucking that like when I sold that big canvas for like a couple of £100, I was like, oh, things are starting to like, you know, take off, like, because I was like making like 200, 300, 400, like once, twice a week or some shit like that. I was starting to make some good bucks, like, but I've just like veered off course and become distracted by a lot of ideas. And I've done that before. I get really distracted by like certain trends or ideas, like like a good example is the tactical turtle thing. For like 3 or 4 days, I just couldn't stop thinking about tactical turtles and just like drawing them and coming up with all these ideas, and I completely forget about all the other fucking shit that I have to do, like and that's why I've had to write shit down, and now I have a big list of shit written down that I've like slowly carved my way through, like, and now there's a few things on the list that I haven't gotten to in like about a month, and it's really starting to weigh on my mind, like I've said before. I'm very critical in my own head. Like, I'm a asshole to myself in my own head. You're behind on this. You haven't been doing this. Get up, bitch. You don't deserve to lie down. Like, fucking, it's not like you're, working in a mine or some shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you're painting. Like, get up and do shit. Like, and the reality is that, like, I have to rest, The things I do take up a lot of fucking mental and creative energy, and then the stuff I'm doing physically in an attempt to fix myself after being like just sitting down like a couch potato for fucking 15 odd years, 8 years straight, but like I may as well say 15 the entire fucking time I was in that house. It's fucking mad trying to like juggle all this shit and like maintain some kind of like consistency. And like I'm pretty consistent, I'm pretty fucking consistent. But it's how I'm consistent and what I'm consistent in. And when I haven't designed a new symmetrical design, which is like the thing, like that's what I started doing when I started all this. When I started painting a couple of years ago, when like COVID hit and all that shit, I was making money selling my art through Instagram and Facebook, out of my ma's house, like out of my bedrooms, on my phone, just like getting some foam boards, getting some paint, and doing some cool designs. And people were like, "That's awesome. How much do you want for it?" And now I'm doing this, but like I've only been doing this every day for a while now, and like I'm starting to like suffer the effects of like poor planning, where I'm like I've like fucked up my routine, and like I've neglected other parts of my like my ability to make an income in terms of like having 6 projects on the go when only one of them is like a surefire way that I'm going to make money, and even then it's not even a surefire way. It's just way more likely to make me money than the other ones, like being the age I am and trying to do what I'm doing, the amount of shit that I'm learning through error is crazy, and it can be extremely frustrating to just like keep going despite repeatedly like coming into obstacles and making mistakes and shit, like, it's a humbling experience, trying to, like, when you have one thing that's going well for you and then other avenues open up and you're like, oh, I should do this and I should do that and I should do this, and then like just doing that, just taking that step of like, okay, let's do this now, can like shag everything if you're not careful. So I find myself in a place now where like I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? Like, do I only do PEINTEINGU a couple of times a week, or do I do different stuff on PEINTEINGU? Because I do love doing this. And I've had so many people like fucking be like, oh, this is fucking hilarious. I love watching this stream and all, and the paintings are hilarious and the stuff's cool, and I love listening to your rants, or like, fucking you shouting at the advertisements is hilarious. All this, that, and the rest. Like, so I know people like it, and it's fucking, a hell of a lot better than just fucking watching Netflix or some shit. Like, unless you're watching Deep Space Nine, like I do. Paint. Hey, you want to go to Siberia? What am I gonna like? The whole thing's gonna be white. Like, yeah, that's awesome. I mean, like, fucking as a person, like as someone who I'm still suffering from some of the trauma that like my relationship with my mother caused me and shit, and like it really is the most important job in the world. Like most broken people, most fucked up people, most like psychos, like most all these criminals and shit, like it's like they had a bad childhood, most of them, like, do you know what I mean? And like I didn't have a bad childhood, but like a lot of my early life was like really traumatizing in various ways. Bunch of lying, bunch of betrayal, bunch of mad shit, divorce, parents, all this shit, like, and like my mother wasn't like a strong female. My mother was just like, she just broke, and she just like in a sense did the best she could in the situation she was in, but in another sense didn't, and like as a result me and my sister went through a lot of mad stuff, and then like it has a ripple effect that like you can't imagine. You literally cannot conceive of the variables like in terms of like negative variable chaos that takes place in a child or teenager's life when you're like it's actually better if you just start off in like a ghetto style, like from the get-go. You don't have a father, you don't have this, because that's all you know. But if you're like me and you were like a middle class kid, and then like everything, you turn 14 and like everything just completely changes in the space of like a year, and then just proceeds to just domino effect get worse for years. The fact that I like have made it this far and like didn't commit suicide, didn't commit crime, didn't like get addicted to like hard drugs or like go down a worse path, like, like I think it's a fucking miracle, to be quite honest with you. Like, it's one of the reasons why I fucking love comedy so much, because that's one of the things that kept me alive, was like being able to just laugh shit off. Because like I'm a really deep thinker, and like I'm very creative and imaginative. So when I'm faced with all of these like spiritual and moral and fucking like life issues and stuff like that, like it takes me like a lot and a while to process what actually is the right thing to do, despite how I feel and my emotions and all that. Because if I was just impulsive like a lot of people and like, selfish and victim-y and all this fucking shit, and like lashed out, like, and I have done that in moments, like, do you know what I mean? I've like gotten pissed off and like broken shit and all that, had arguments with people, especially my mother. But it's like I'm nothing compared to like what other people are like. There's so many people out there in the world right now that are so fucking broken for so many reasons. And like a lot of it is you have all these males who don't have a good relationship with their mother and don't have a father, or had a horrible relationship with the father and have a good relationship with the mother, but the bad relationship with the father was enough to like fuck everything up. And then like you have all these fucking like so you have all the normal people that are like traumatized from modern life, you know? Because that's like what modern life is in quotations, is like, you know, it's no longer the fucking man goes to work, woman's at home with the kids, fucking, you know, they have a dog and a cat or some shit and a nice suburban home and all this fucking stuff. Like, that's what my life was. I was like, I have one sibling and my parents love me and I'm in school and I'm good at art and I'm going this direction. And then it just goes boom and just completely changes. And you just have to deal with it in the moment. And like, you've got your friends and your like little escapisms, like fucking video games and stuff, where like you're not always dealing with the drama of like the reality of life. But then a lot of the time you can't help but deal with the reality and the drama of life at that young age, where like you didn't know anything about that stuff, you know? Sure, you've heard of like, you know, other kids being like, oh, they're, you know, his parents got divorced or something. And that's almost what makes it worse, is like, you grow up knowing that there's like families that aren't as like blessed as you and families that aren't as like, you know, well put together as yours. And there's like, there's other people with struggles. And I always see those fucking ads for charity like Oxfam and Concern and like, oh, the poor black people have to walk 2 miles to get the water and all, like. And then all of a sudden reality sinks in and you start seeing all this fucking shit. It's like fucking it's comparable to the PTSD that like a soldier would face coming back from war, when it's like trying to process the emotions and the disparity in like, you know, the world at large and your microcosmic world of like your family and your life and like how that affects you and the people around you and shit and all, like, and it's like fucking mind-blowingly intense to try and deal with. And like most people are dealing with that shit in various ways. It's like one of the fundamental things about our society that's completely shagged is like the fact that the nuclear family isn't really a thing anymore, like, you know. And because I'm a 90s kid, I was like, from what I've seen and experienced, like, as a 90s kid, I was like one of the last generations that like knows what that feels like. And how sad is that? You know, just like a normal middle class family. And we were like, we didn't want for anything. We were in school, we had toys, you know, we went to the movies on the weekends, or we went like to a water park, we went swimming every so often or some shit, like went on holiday a few times to hot countries and got sunburnt because we're Irish, like, do you know what I mean? Like, really normal. And then not normal at all, but in a sense quite normal, you know, just not to me and to like my sister and our family and shit, like. And it's just it is like an explosion, because you can see it over the years where like then my godmother gets fucking divorced, and like, you know, other family shit goes down, and it's like a ripple effect of negative energy that just like goes out through your family, like, you know. And because it goes out through your family and you, it goes through society, you know. It's a crazy thing to look at how like widespread and how bad it is that families aren't cohesive. Like, it's that simple in a lot of ways, where like the fact that the father can't just have a job, whatever job, you know. Like, most people, no matter who they are, complain about not having enough money to live. Like, how crazy is that? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, you should just be able to get any job and make enough to survive. But like, you have all these people who are like, I can't make enough money to like pay my rent, so I have to do this, that, and the rest. Like, you know, it's fucking crazy. And then if they do have enough money to survive, they have all these other problems, like addictions and fucking like it's just this ball of snakes that when you try and unravel it, you kind of get lost in it. So your only real way of approaching the problem is like going to the source of the problem, and that's where you get to like, you know, spirituality and the Bible and all this fucking shit. But it's like, no, like most people don't want to go there. Most people are like, oh, fucking religion, no way, like, you know. And like obviously I get that. I'm kind of like that, like, you know. My wife would agree with you. Oh man, I watch DS9 like all the time. I just stick it on when I'm going to bed. Like it's like one of those things. I've gone through shows, like phases of shows where it's like, oh, this is what I stick on when I'm going to bed now, and this is what I stick on when I'm going to bed now. Paint. It was like Always Sunny in Philadelphia for a while. Every time I was going to bed, I'd just stick Always Sunny on. Paint. It's mad, like I was only recently saying that I was like watching all these videos on trauma. It's like a playlist from this I think he was a former pastor or some shit, like this guy called Tim Fletcher or some shit, like, and he's doing all these videos on trauma. And it's so fucking true, like, you know, like you're I don't know if you guys have ever seen this clip, but it's like how a deer, or is it like, I think it's like a fucking, like a, what are those things that lions prey on? Not oryxes. What are they? Impalas. What's the really, antelope? Or the really famous one? But basically it's like a it's a clip of one of those things being attacked by a cheetah, and it gets away. The cheetah's attack fails essentially, and it's about how the animal recovers from a near-death encounter. And basically the thing lies down for a while. And then regulates its breathing and shit. And then after a bit it stands up and like shakes itself off. And apparently that's like to do with the nervous system and, like, you know, how it processes like stimulus and shit, like. And it's fascinating stuff because you find out that like we pretty much work the same way, but because of the society we've constructed and the way we work, like as social creatures, and all these rules and, you know, protocol in terms of, like, you know, how we interact with each other and shit, like, we've ended up with all this stuff, like, you know, like fucking yoga and sound therapy and all these things, like it's funny, like that Taylor Swift song, like fucking Shake It Off. It's like there is truth in that. Like you can't just like, that's why physical exercise is so important. Like, you know, it's like your body needs to process the shit that like your mind can't, you know, because like it's not that you can rationalize and logic out everything that happens to you or everything you feel, especially the things you feel, you know, you just feel them. Like you could investigate and speculate as to why. It's like, well, why am I feeling this? It's like, well, you know, knowing why you are feeling something can help and is one thing, but like knowing how to just like process emotions is another thing, like, you know. And I've become like really good at processing my emotions, but then lately it's like the last few years, like just a lot has happened, and I think I've like burnt my nervous system out, where like I've tried to process too much too soon, like going back through my early life and all this shit. Like now that I'm not living with my mother anymore and it's just me and the female here trying to like trying to, you know, make a go at a life together, and I've like had space to kind of realize how much all that shit affected me, both physically and mentally. And like doing this as well, like doing the stream has like offered me a chance to like I've said before about watching yourself from a third person perspective, to like watch your own behavior and like try and almost be a witness to yourself, so that you can get like as much of as an objective perspective on yourself as possible. And like that's what I've done that a few times, where I'm like, you know, somebody will be like, you know, like, oh, today's stream was really good, or like, you know, they'll call me up after the stream, be like, oh, what you said today was like fascinating, like, you know. It's not like I'll go back and watch the stream or bits of it, or I'll watch the whole thing from start to finish to be like, okay, like, so what's the audience experiencing when they're watching me do this shit? Because I'm not just like painting funny stuff or whatever. Sometimes the like, and then the music drastically changes and stuff, like, you know, it's like this weird experience. And it's like, it's almost like a fucking it's almost like a weird artistic representation of like my own mental process, where like every day I go through like a sun and a moon phase, and I think everybody does. And I think it's probably why a lot of people are so tired all the time and shit, and why everyone's addicted to coffee and energy drinks and sugar and all this crap. It's because like everything in our lives is so unnatural and like synthetic now, and all these like ideologies and fucking mind viruses and spells and shit have permeated society and like made most of us this weird new brand of like functionally mad, you know, like our behavior and shit. Like, you know, if you look at it like as a collective, it's like, this is crazy, you know, like what the fuck are we doing? Like, but like still individually, on a microcosm level, it's like everybody's still kind of just getting along, you know. It's weird, like. And this stream is like it's like a weird fucking, it's like a window into how my mind works, but in an alchemical way, not in a conscious way. Where like I start off one way and then shift into another one, and then sometimes I shift back into another one, you know, and then I'll end in a particular way. And it's like, that's how my mind works on a daily basis. Is like, you can wake up in a good mood, end up in a shit mood 5 minutes later, but then end up laughing about some Chinese man on the internet. And it's like this feeling of being in flow. Like, I'm familiar with being in flow. You're just flowing, you're just going, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's like, I could be wrong, but like, I think that's like the state that like you're supposed to be in all the time. Now, don't get me wrong, I mean, sometimes I get in flow and then I'm knackered afterwards, but I think that's also because I think it's a symptom of like the current state of my nervous system or whatever, like, you know. But like, I have a weird feeling you're supposed to be in flow constantly, because you know the way they say that like angels don't have free will and shit. Like, what if the problem with free will is like, if you have too much of it, like, you just end up like straying from the reason you were built in the first place, like. And I felt like that lately. I felt like, you know, that despite how much I want to do this, and despite how much people like it, I shouldn't be doing it as much as I'm doing it, because I'm neglecting other parts of my life, and that's irresponsible of me. But then I get moments where I'm like, oh no, like, I should be doing this because these reasons, you know. Like, somebody will buy a t-shirt, or somebody will send me a message, or ring me up and be like, you know, oh, I love what you're doing and shit like that. Like, you know, so I'm like, what is it? Where's the balance? You know, where I feel like I am providing you guys with solid entertainment as often as I can, without sacrificing my creative energy that I use to make a living. You know, and like that's the type of shit that I genuinely fucking struggle with. Like I'll stand there drinking a coffee, looking out the fucking window, having a cigarette, contemplating like, how do I do this right? Like, and maybe it is just because I am a bit like, I have a touch of the tism, but like that's how much I like think about things, where I'm like, I take so many variables into account, and I'm like, how do I do this right? Because obviously you could just do it, but you could do it for the wrong reasons, or like you could do it for like with like poor, like the wrong motivation behind it and shit like that, and all, like, you know. Because if I was just doing this for money, like, do you know what I mean? I'd be fucking, I'd probably like be a lot more fake, you know. And like I fucking can't do it. Like I can't, like I literally have this weird aversion to lying on any level, you know, because I know what it does. So even when it comes to this stream, I'm like, "Hello, welcome to PEINTEINGU," and then like like the way I genuinely feel and the shit I genuinely want to say just comes true, you know. And then next thing, I'm like painting flamingos with Tech 9s, which I think is awesome. And I think other people think that's awesome too. That I'm just like being this wacky, genuine madfucker for like 2 hours a day or some shit, like, you know. And if I was you guys, I probably would enjoy it too, like, because I enjoy having Owen on in the background, and that's what he's like to me, is this like wacky dude, you know, this wacky guy that you hang out with at the bar kind of thing. Like it feels like the energy that I used to have when like we just like hang out as friends, play video games, watch movies, talk about shit, you know. That's the kind of energy I think that is missing so much from like greater society right now. Is like everybody's so locked into the same shit, you know, like everybody's watching this on telly now, everybody's watching this interview or this fucking, like when Amber Heard and Johnny Depp were fucking in court or whatever, it's like everybody's watching it. Cat Williams does a fucking interview there the other day, everybody's watching it. But are they? You know? Who is this everybody? You know, you have this like massive swath of the population of the planet that is essentially just like in this kind of trance with the zeitgeist, like the general mainstream zeitgeist just has everyone like enthralled with this, like, you know, oh, this is reality, oh no, this is reality, oh no, this is reality. Like it's this, it's mad when I go in and out of it, you know, when I start watching what everyone else is watching, you know, temporarily, like once or twice a month, I'll be like, right, what's going on in the world? And I'll like look at some of the news and I'll look at YouTube for a while, and instead of just going to the stuff that I want to consume, you know, like fucking gamer videos or art tutorials, or fucking, you know, just finding new good music to fucking play while I'm doing my paintings and shit, like, you know, like that's all I really consume, like, you know. But every so often I'll be like, all right, what's the mainstream looking at? And it's just like, like, it's just horrible, like, you know, it's just like celebrity drama and war and fucking disease and drugs and like politicians bitching about shit, and like, oh look, another lunatic on TikTok has, like, you know, overdosed live on camera, or like, you know, it's just constant like despair and fucking horror and disappointment and fucking like, oh look, fucking Elon has finally put a neural link in somebody's brain, you know, like, He said the new thing is going to be called telepathy. It's like the real world has become a shit TV show. That's how I feel. Like it's like the real world out there, like the public domain, has become a shit TV show that I'm not interested in at all. Like, oh god. That one comment from Corbear just sent me on a fucking absolute rant. Paint. Paint. Don't worry, Two-Acre. I'll finish up today and we'll leave Aruba. We'll leave Aruba today, okay? Does that make you happy, Two-Acre? Paint. You've a ginger beard and you're Asian? Are you Asian? You are Asian, aren't you? Paint? I don't know. You're watching a TV show called Merlin. Sup, Japanites? I love it. I know, like, dude, I love coffee. I fucking love coffee. But I don't, like, I'm getting to that point now in my life where, like, I fucking hate anything that I, like, feel like I need, you know? Like, I've copped that about myself now, where it's like, if you feel like you need it, or, like, you like, oh, like, I just love it so much, like, then it's like, that's a bad thing, like, do you know what I mean? I don't want to wake up in the morning and feel like I need a coffee. I hate that shit. Like, I want to be able to just drink water, you know? and feel that, like, it's refreshing and rejuvenating and giving me energy, like. It's just one of those days, you know. I don't need a pep talk. I don't need, like, oh, you're doing great, kid. Just keep crushing. I know I'm awesome. I've got this. Don't worry. But it's like, I just can't fake it, you know. I'm not actually a fucking, like, you know, professional entertainer character. Like, you know, I'm just some guy from Ireland who paints really cool looking shit. And this just happened, okay? Like, somebody was like, oh, you should do a painting stream. And I was like, okay, and now we're here, you know? Like, it's... I'm not that guy that could, like, you know, stay in character for 2.5 hours while I paint you pretty paintings. Like, maybe one day, like, you know, maybe one day PEINTEINGU will, like, be like that. I don't know, I doubt it. I take the piss too much, and I'm too real. I cannot fake, you know. Welcome to PEINTEINGU with, like, high positive energy. Like, you'll just be able to tell, you know. I'd be able to tell. I'd be able to fucking tell. Like, I'd just fucking sit there and be like, fuck life. Like, today is just one of those days where I woke up in a good mood, ended up in a shit mood, and still I'm sitting here painting things. Like, that'll tell you something about life. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, I have a great job. I have no boss. I have no boss. I have a great job, you know? Not the people that turn around to me and are like, oh, I wish I could do that. All I could do is a stick man and all. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the fucking new guy only said it there the other day. I just, like, you'd be surprised how stressful it is to, like, be your own boss and to, like, no one give you a plan and, like, no me a complete freedom. Like, so, like, I'm utterly responsible for how much money I make, when I make it, all this shit, like, and it's fucking hard. It's stressful, like, but I wouldn't have it any other way in the sense that, like, the stuff that's happened to me in the last few years through me making the decision to, like, make money off my art. Um, I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've fucking met some mad people. I've done some mad shit, like, and real unexpected shit. Like, I've designed fucking logos. I've fucking refurbished some woman's Spanish tile painting, like doing stuff that I didn't think I could do, doing stuff that I didn't think I would do. Um, and like I think that's just what's getting to me like the last couple of months. Like since my birthday, I kind of had like a weird like spiritual growth moment where like I realized that like there's some people who like really care about me and shit and they see a lot of potential in me and stuff like that. And I have been way too harsh on myself. I really have, you know, considering where I've come from and what I've done and what I've managed to like, you know, bring together and shit. Like where like I could have been so much worse. I could have gone down like such a dark path. But I was like, no, fuck this. I'm gonna do something positive and creative. And God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, was like, yes, finally, here you go. Like, and but it's not like it's a fucking, you do that and like everything changes and fucking happy ever after. That's not how life works. It's just now my perspective on everything is different, Doesn't mean that I don't get shit days, doesn't mean that I don't get stressed out, doesn't mean that I don't still make bad decisions or fucking, fuck things up or whatever. But it's like now my ability to recover from high levels of stress, from fucking disappointment, betrayal, fucking realizing something is a deception, all of these fucking things. Like, I basically like could have like a fucking like really emotionally and mentally jarring interaction or moment or realization on any given day and be like really fucked up by it. And then like within an hour, I'm like, wow, well, I'm just gonna fucking, work on the rabbit and gorilla painting. Like, and I'm still angry and like annoyed and like on all these things. Like, I'm still processing all this shit. Like, like, and then I'll like laugh at something and then it gets a bit better. And then, like, you start moving throughout your day. Like, you'll do the dishwasher, fucking just some chore stuff. Like, but then like get to work on a project or something. Like, and then just sit down and have dinner with the female. Like, it's like, every day is a struggle. Every day is a blessing and a curse. It like every day has the potential to be a blessing and a curse. And like there's days where it's way easier for it to seem like a curse, but it's still a blessing. You just have to like make the choice to see that side of it, like, and like that's what I chose to do today. And then I ended up seeing some fucking hilarious, like way too much information in the fucking chat, and it made me laugh, my bollocks laughing, and made me feel a lot better. Thank you, Wood Traineroo, for oversharing. Like, but it's like I can't like and it's not like I'm not capable of like, stiff upper lip chap, like when I have to, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like if you know that like in the moment that you can't be 100% real because it's going to make everyone in the room worse. But it's not like that here. It's not like that on this stream. Like, do you know what I mean? You guys are like not just like a lot of you like Desmond do. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've like played Grand Theft Auto with him and shit. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like I'm not gonna I'm not gonna sit here and like pretend that I'm some kind of like celebrity that like you're all detached from. like this is my stream, and you guys come here for various reasons, not just like if it was literally just me doing this and like no costume, no music, no nothing, like, do you know what I mean? Like it'd be a totally different thing. But it's like it's the fact that I open up, it's the fact that I go on rants, it's the fact that I play cool tunes, it's the fact that I'm doing something mad in the background, like all this fucking shit. And one of the things is every so often I'll have a fucking bad day and like I'll like pour my heart out or go on a rant, or like somebody will say something in the comments that like really resonates with how I'm feeling in that moment, and I'll just be like, fucking blah blah blah, like, you know, and it is what it is. But like, you know, like Stabber was saying there, it's like fucking you just keep going. You just keep fucking doing it. Like I was saying earlier on about being in the flow. I'm in the flow now. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just flowing. I'm being genuine and I'm just flowing, you know? And we're about to flow back into some painting good.
YouTube Music is a
If the
music app that
fucking
lets you
ads
discover
will do
the
me a favor
undiscovered
and
and then
fuck
hubble brag
off!
to your mates that you heard it first.
God
Get
damn
YouTube Music
advertisements on
Premium.
my How dare they? How dare they indeed?
Watch videos ad
Oh my God.
offline,
Relentless.
and in the background. Try
Relentless
YouTube Premium
interruptions.
free of charge.
Far away, ladies. Yeah, you played on your original Atari a few months ago. That's hilarious. Sega Mega Drive was the first thing I ever played. The only news I care about comes through the Bears. I'm pretty much the same. I'm not the type to be like, you know, so what's going on in the big bad world? Like, I'm just like, I couldn't give a fuck what all those psychopaths are up to, like, you know? I just want to know if, like, something like, you know, immediate, like if, like, literally the only thing I would care about is like, okay, are the Chinese like paratrooping onto the islands now? Like, like that'd be the only thing where I'd be like, oh, I should worry about this. Like the Chinese have shown up. Like, you know, like that's the only fucking thing. Like even COVID, like when everyone was going fucking ape shit over COVID. I was like, all right, fuck this. Because, like, I saw what was happening. I was like, oh, here we go. Like, there's a global pandemic. I was like, really? Like, fuck off. Like, and then they rolled out the vaccines, and I was like, ha, yeah, okay. Like, oh, God, like, fuck that shit. Like, yeah, man. Like, if you don't drink coffee and then you drink coffee, you're like, oh my God, what the fuck? And so, like, part of me has been trying to, like, I want to get off, like, smoking and drinking coffee, even if I just, like, take a break. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've been drinking coffee for, like, I don't know, how long have I been drinking coffee? Like easily, like, 12 years or something. Like, almost every day. And I used to drink a lot of energy drinks. And I've been smoking since I was like 17. I'm 32 now. Like, part of me is just like, oh, fuck, I just need to give my body a break. Like, even if it's just for a few months. And then part of me is like, I'm in so deep that if I fucking stopped doing what I'm doing, I'd probably have like severe withdrawal symptoms. Or like fucking like, was that Charlie Sheen's character in fucking what was that fucking show called? 2.5 Men, where like if you stop drinking it, it was Archer. That's what it was. I fucking love Archer. Archer was like, part of me is afraid I'll stop drinking because like the accumulative hangover will kill me. Sometimes I feel like that about like coffee and cigarettes. Like, do you know what I mean? If I just stopped all the stuff that like gives me that like ability to regulate, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm gonna calm down now. Oh, I need more energy now, or something like that. Like, if I just cut out coffee and cigarettes, I'd just be like, like either that or I get really like, who knows? I might be really happy and fat. You know? Might be able to fucking sort my weight out like really easy. Like and subscribe, you criminals. That's the kind of energy I want on PEINTEINGU. If you do not like and subscribe, you have no honor. If you have any honor, you will pay for PEINTEINGU. Link in description. Head 2 Acres' favorite section of the fucking PEINTEINGU is the slow banging. It's all in the neck. The neck and the lower lip. And it's always better if you have aviators. Yeah, Archer's hilarious. I fucking love Archer. Archer's one of those things that I used to stick on before I fought. I've cycled through all the seasons of Archer, all the seasons of It's Always Sunny, all the seasons of DS9, all the seasons of The Office, and what else? There's been a few shows that I've watched like 3 or 4 times now because I just stick them on and I just like get ready to wind down and go to sleep. Pimp Harry is a refrigerator now. That's like, oh man, some of the stuff is so fucking funny, but like it's so dark. Do you know what I mean? Like with the whole fucking, like some of the, like being in the bear community really showed, like owning the bear community really showed me how much of a degenerate I was. Like genuinely, like not like Owen and the bear community, because the people in the bear community, like whatever about the Christians, like fuck the Christians, like, do you know what I mean, in quotes, like it's the quality of people that showed up regardless of religion. It was that like moral standard. And then I go back and watch something like It's Always Sunny or like Archer or something like that, and I'm like, yeah, it's hilarious, but it's kind of jarring and like shameful and scary how far we've gone as a society that we, like, you know, assume things like people cheat on, like infidelity, adultery, sodomy, usury, like, you know, like all of these things that like our society just like takes for granted. like that's, you know, that's how you know your like culture is like absolutely fucked, is where like, oh, those are just there, you know, like those are always there. We've always had gays, we've always had, like, you know, predatory money lending, you know, and fucking like we've always had, like, you know, like debt, sodomy, fucking, it's just like some of the shit I look at it now, like, you know, I'm just like, Jesus Christ. It's mad, like. Me and my wife used to drill 2 or 3 Monster energy drinks daily. Yeah, I like the big cans. I used to down a big can of Monster. Yeah, at least 3 of them a day. If I couldn't get my hands on a big can of green or yellow, the Ripper, the yellow stuff, if I couldn't get my hands on either of them, I'd go for like a Red Bull. We had this thing called Power Horse in our shop for a while. It was fucking hilarious. It was like this small fat can instead of a tall thin can. And like, I just thought it was fucking great. Power Horse. Like, did you ever see that YouTube video that was like, Power Thirst? Like, you know, check out Power Thirst's various flavors. You like strawberries? Well, how about strawberry? Like, it's like one of the funniest things I ever saw in my life. And then one day I go to the shop and there's like Red Bull and Monster, and then this like new can is called Power Horse, and it just had a black stallion on it. I love marketing, like, you know, like that kind of like branding shit. Like, I fucking love that stuff. That like wordplay and subtle imagery and shit. Like, I fucking love that. It makes me laugh so much. Like that was one of the funniest fucking things I ever seen. Was that YouTube fucking? There was like 5 of them, and it was just like a fake ad. It was a fake advertisement for a fake drink brand, and it was just the funniest fucking thing ever. Like, oh, it gave me so much joy. The benefits are twofold: more money you and better health you. Indeed, do. It's a dark and pretty nasty dialogue, but I still think it's funny. Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I still love Archer and I still love It's Always Sunny. But like it's like seeing it in a different, frame of mind now, where you're kind of like, Jesus, like fuck, and it would be nice to see. Like, obviously, like I think we're going to see it in our lifetime, definitely. Like we're like probably not even that far away, but it'd be nice to see, like a superhero movie or a TV show, that's like really high quality and hilarious, but with none of the fuckery or like none of the disgusting shit. Like, and I know on a level, like, look, I'm a huge fan of comedy. I fucking love comedy. So there's some shit that like you'll come across and you'll be like, oh my god, that's dark, or like, oh my god, that's disgusting, or like really like uncomfortable to think about, or some shit, but it's hilarious. You still get those like, fuck me, that's dark, but it's like you just cannot stop laughing at it because of the way the joke is formed, the way it's structured, and what it's about, and the context it's in, and all. Like, that's why nuance is so important. Like, like that's why you have to have the like emotional intellect, whatever about discipline. You need to have the emotional intellect to be able to like compartmentalize things and take things in and out of context. And a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people can't do that shit. If you want to know what the bear community is, look up a guy called Owen Benjamin and like check out his streams. And it's like a brief summary is comedian leaves Hollywood because he takes a moral stand and has no choice but to basically walk away because he's like fucking blackballed by everyone, because he's not afraid of like calling out the trans movement, or like hormone blockers with kids, or saying nigger in a joke, like any of that shit. Like, do you know what I mean? So they completely blackball him. So what does he do? Instead of fucking like bitching and moaning and fucking like they've ruined me, like creates a community, fucking starts like growing his own fucking food and shit, like buys his own fucking land twice. Check him out, owenbenjamin.com. Like he's a fucking really interesting it's a very interesting story arc that's taken place over approximately the last 8 years, right where like right where the internet was like starting to fucking like really have that conflict of like the PC culture is getting a bit too much now, and like people are getting sick of like the stuff you're not allowed to say, like in the greater public and in movies and in TV shows, and just like he's one person that when you look at like what happened to him and what he chose to do as a result of what happened to him, it's like that's how you deal with that shit. That's how a person should deal with like, all right, if you're not going to sell your soul to the devil, then what are you going to do about it? That's Owen Benjamin is what you do about it. Next up, Beru. Welcome to PEINTEINGU. Oh man, yeah, like if you don't wanna smoke, being around somebody who smokes is absolute torture.
Yeah.
Ah, the pedaloo! You're in, like, Joe, you're in this painting. That's you astride. You're riding a giant wah pedal onto the beach of Aruba that is being currently attacked by a DeLorean knockoff, an Imperial DeLorean knockoff. Hi, Joe. Epic beard. He doesn't have the epic beard anymore. Shaved it all off. The epic hair, the epic beard, it's all gone now. You betrayed us, Joe. You betrayed us all, Joe. How could you? Paintingu, goo, 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 goo. I'm at least going to, like, Joe, you're currently naked on this, so I'm gonna have to give you some underwear or some shit. I'll give you the old Tarzan job. Just put a loincloth on your ass. Time to brown it down. How brown? That brown. A bit browner. Yeah, there we go. Get some yellow in there. So what I'll do tomorrow, like I'm gonna finish Aruba here. I'm gonna finish Aruba today. And tomorrow, what I'll do tomorrow is I'll do the gorilla and the rabbit on stream. We shall play the usual music. It shall be pretty much PEINTEINGU business as usual, but what I shall be painting shall be different. And I had the right brown, but then I got distracted. Had a good brown there, now it's gone. Fuck! It's what happens when you just mix on the parrot. Let things see the sun for the... I know sometimes, like, there's been a few times where I wanted to go full monk and just, like, shave everything off. But I'm always like, nah. There we go. That's the brown I wanted. Hilarious. PEINTEINGU. Where's my Barack? I'm gonna sign this bitch. So our trip to Aruba It's been an interesting one. Tomorrow we're going to do the rabbit and gorilla. So there will be no hat, there will be no map. There will be no destination. There will simply be painting. There's going to be some changes, some alterations. Like, part of me was thinking that, like, you know, fucking, if I just, like, play tunes and sit here and have a laugh, but I'm actually getting, like, my other work done and shit like that. Like, I could do, like, a fucking 5-6 hour stream of just me doing a symmetrical, you know? And, like, you guys would probably still really enjoy it, you know? He's no longer streaking. He's no longer streaking. I have adorned him in cloth. I have adorned him in cloth. He's no longer streaking. Right, let's sign this bitch. If you would like to purchase this painting goo, simply DM me, put it in the chat even. They're $200 a pop, postage not included. Tomorrow we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I need to get some Joe Biden style chin implants. How would it go fund me? Oh, that's hilarious. It kind of did look like a naked mole rat. Oh man. Oh, like, you don't want to know what I look like without a fucking beard. Fucking female would leave me if I fucking shave my beard off. Man, I haven't shaved in years, let alone months. I trim my beard now and again, that's about it. Anyway, right. This has been PEINTEINGU. I hope you enjoyed Ingu. I have been Defenderu. And I bid you farewell. If you would like to support PEINTEINGU, link in description. If you would like to buy my merchandise, link also in description. Purchase a t-shirt, a hoodie, some mugs and such. I shall return tomorrow. Same time, same place, same high-octane painting energy. In the meantime, be good, be true, and be beautiful. And I will see you then. Ta-ta and farewell. God bless.